Hello friends, I welcome you with a new video on my channel. Real quick info. Friends, you know, whenever there is talk about India and China relationship, India has been in defensive mode. We all know about string of pearls policy of China to surround India and protect Chinese economic and security interest in Indian Ocean region. In last 1 decade, India has been helplessly watching growing Chinese influence in this region. Likewise, in case of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, India could not do much except boycotting the massive Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. Here again, the same story. During Doklam standoff as well. One of the prime reasons cited for Indians troops stopping Chinese road construction in Bhutanese territory was to prevent Chinese having strategically closer access to the Siliguri corridor. However, during this ongoing dispute, the discussion has been around why India cannot allow any unilateral change in the status quo of Doklam Plateau. Here again, India is defending Bhutanese and Indian interests. Recently, as per an interesting article published in microblogging site WeChat, Indian troops entering into contested Chinese territory is a small part of large Indian game plan to surround sensitive region of Tibet. It is said in the blog, if China cannot have the firm and effective plan to cope with this Doklam standoff, India will for sure go further. At the same time, Bhutan will succumb further to India's so-called protection. India's next target will be Nepal, so it can surround Tibet. Before going further, let's step back and talk about Indian state Sikkim. In 1975, in a referendum, 97.5% of Sikkim population approved Sikkim becoming a state of India. Hence, as per will of the people, Sikkim is and will be integral part of Union of India. With the integration of Sikkim, India gained the strategic space around the Siliguri corridor connecting the Indian mainland with northeast states. It's written in blog that China has every reason to worry that in view of its police, defense and security forces being long controlled by India, Bhutan will soon after become a second Sikkim and emerge as an Indian state. Bhutan will be integrated with Arunachal Pradesh. If that happens, the middle and eastern part of the China-India border will be completely connected. Behind all this, there is fear that India may support the unrest in Tibet and cause further problem for China. First time in decades, it looks China is entering into defensive mode. No wonder why China is going in verbal ballistic mode, issuing multiple ugly war threats to India. Chinese analysts may be misplacing the fearful motives behind Indian action. India will most likely stick to China and India bilateral agreement of 2003. As per this agreement, India acknowledged the Tibet Autonomous Region is part of the People's Republic of China and no Tibetans should or are allowed to conduct anti-China political activities in India. There is no reason why India should retract from this agreement. Anyways, if China is habitual of violating the agreement, it doesn't mean India will also return the favor. Hence, Chinese analysts and public may not need to be scared of Indian intentions. Indian troops have entered into disputed territory of Doklam Plateau to protect the status quo from being unilaterally changed by Chinese actions. The moment China appreciate the need to maintain the status quo, there is no need for Indian troops to stay there. But one thing can be said with certain degree of confidence, this whole dispute is not about building a motorable road in Doklam Plateau. There are remarkable Chinese fear and insecurities, which are silently forcing Chinese officials and media to launch psychological attacks against India. As long as this dispute doesn't escalate into full-blown military conflict, for India this condition is rather pleasing. First time in decades, India has forced China in defensive and fearful mode. Gone are the days when Indian analysts alone used to be suspicious about Chinese action. Now it's time for Chinese analysts and public to have fun in enjoying their own medicine. For this video we have referred a few online articles. You can find the links in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Let us share real quick analysis with you in future as well, so please subscribe our channel Real Quick Info.